Right. Quickly, Ma. If you guys want to, you can close, but otherwise it says open another one. At number 1, it just said calculate. So we first things first have to make all the denominators the same, and then once denominators are the same, we can add the numerators, meaning the ones at the top. If you get to B, you will see that I had 2 options there. The left-hand side option, I said we keep the whole numbers as it is, and we change the fractions. So then your answer would have been 7 and 13 over 40. If you did the right-hand side option, over there, I made the mixed numbers an improper fraction. My denominators, I would still make 40. It's just the numerators are now going to be bigger numbers. Okay? So if I were to add those, I'm going to get 293 over 40. And then yesterday I said that if you have something like that, you could leave it as an improper fraction. Okay, you don't have to go and make it a mixed number. Okay, and if I'm correct, I just want to check that was the smallest or the simplest version of that. Yes, it was, of that fraction. Okay, any questions at A or B? Yes.
I'm not thinking of it. By the second option,
Yeah.
but you do end up having it done. You make it into the next fraction. If I'm correct.
Do you make it into a
Mixed number.
mixed number? What did I just say?
I don't think I'll.
That was my previous sentence. You do not have to change it.
I think I was just thinking about it the entire time.
Right. You guys at the back? Draai vorentoe al jou boek uit. Ek help jy loer vir my en smile onder daai masker hè. Right. Can I skip? Okay. At C, we had the same thing. On the left-hand side, you will see that I kept the whole number. The 2 stayed the same. I just changed the fractions. And then your final answer would be 3 and 1 over 12. On the right-hand side, I made the mixed numbers an improper fraction and then changed the denominators and add the numerators. Take the earphone out, please. Thank you. So then your answer would have been 37 over 12. You guys good with that? Any questions? We'll see whether we fully understand when it gets to the test. Can I skip? Right. D, we had 3 fractions. Now, even if we have 3 or more fractions, before you could go and add and subtract them, I had to make denominators the same. So the smallest possible number that both, or not both, that all 3 of those could go into was 12. So I made it 18 over 12, 3 over 12, and 4 over 12. So if I subtract, or first added the 18 and the 3, I got 21 over 12. And then minus 4 gave me the 17 over 12. Or you could have given it as a mixed number, but it wasn't necessary. Yes?
Now I just did all like that, but in the case, you did a mark for the velocity as well.
You've got to change the denominators, yes. Remember with fractions, people, the instructions are most probably going to say without the use of a calculator. Because otherwise, if you want to skip directly from here to that answer, you could just use your calculator. So what we want to test is, do you know you've got to make denominators the same, and do you know how to do it? Okay. Any questions at D? Okay, now number 2 said, by how much is 2 3/4 more than 1 5/6? So what I did is I took the 2 3/4 and I said minus 1 and 5/6. So it's a normal subtraction. What I did is I first made it improper fractions. And how do we do that? I took the 2 times the 4, which gave me 8, plus 3 gave me the 11, and we said denominator must still be 4. Now, I made my denominator 12. Is there maybe someone that made it 24? Okay, remember that would also be correct. Your final answer would then have been 22/24, and then you simplified it to 11/12.
No, I
Okay.
did the 24 one.
You what? I just said, yeah. It's fine. Oh, you stopped at 22/24. Okay. Remember, always simplest form. And how do we go double check whether I've got the simplest form? You put that fraction into your calculator and just press the equal sign. It will automatically give you the simplest version. Okay? Right, can I skip? People I'm seeing while I talk, you guys are busy with other stuff, or talking, or daydreaming, I don't know. But not listening to what I'm saying. Right, number 3 says, what must be subtracted from 10 and 7/8 to give 4 1/4? So it's basically the same as saying 10 and 7/8 minus 4 1/4, because then I'll see how much should be subtracted to give me that. So what I did here is I firstly saw that I could make this 8, meaning that would be 2/8. Now my denominators are the same. So I could say take the whole numbers. The 10 minus the 4 gave me the 6. And then if you look at the fractions, 7/8 minus 2/8. Remember, we only subtract the numerators. So 7 minus 2 gave me 5, and denominator should stay 8. You guys good with that? Yes.
I don't know why, but I prefer to put anything to equal the fraction.
That's fine? Yeah? It's also good. Then you would have had 87/8 and 8, 16, 24, 20, 34/8. Yes.
So it would be like if you was a fraction, it just like this.
Improper fraction. Yeah.
But it depends on if they say in the test it has to be.
Yeah, but usually we would allow you to give your answer in either improper fraction or mixed numbers. Okay. Right. Any other questions here? Okay. Now, people, we have got to do multiplication and division of fractions. Right. So the very steps would be step 1. If you could cancel out, we could do that. But we are only allowed to cancel out, you will see here, up and down or across. Okay, you can't cancel out the ones that are next to each other. You guys understand that part? Okay, now, remember, even if you did not cancel out, meaning if you maybe missed something that you could have canceled out, your answer will still be correct at the end. Why do we cancel out? We do it to get smaller numbers so that the multiplication part after that would be easier. But it won't be wrong if you left the cancelling out part. Okay? Right, so step 1 is we first see, can we maybe cancel something out? Then, step 2, we're going to multiply. Now, we are only allowed to multiply the top part with each other, meaning we multiply the numerators, and then we multiply the bottom part. So, meaning we multiply the denominators. Okay, so let's quickly do 2 examples. Example 1, I've got 3/4 times 2/5. Now, we said we can cancel out up and down. Can I cancel out anything? Yeah. The 3 and the 4. No, it's already in its simplest form. The 2/5? No, so I couldn't cancel out up and down. Could I cancel out across, meaning like that? The 3 and the 5? No. But I could cancel out with the 2 and the 4. Right? Okay. So if I did that, oh, I don't want to write over that because I want to delete just now for my next class. So sorry, I'm going to do it at the bottom. You don't have to rewrite. Just look at what I'm cancelling out. 2 will go into itself once, and 2 will go into that twice. Okay? So, after I cancel that, we go to step 2. So now I'm going to multiply the numerators, meaning the ones at the top. So 3 times 1, and that gives me 3. And now I multiply the denominators, the 2 times 5, and that gives me 10. So can you see that it's automatically in its simplest form? You guys fine with that? Okay. Quickly copy, because now I want to show you if I did not cancel out. Oh, wait, I'll write it down here. 3/4 times 2/5. Okay, let's say I didn't see that the 2 and the 4 could be cancelled out. So I didn't do step 1, which we said just now is not a train smash because we could still get the same answer. I would then go to step 2. Let's multiply our numerators. So the 3 and the 2 must be multiplied, right? Which means that I'm going to get 6 at the top. Then we multiply denominators, meaning at the bottom. So 4 times 5 is going to give me 20. Now, that 6/20 is not in its simplest form. That can be simplified further. What can go into both of them? 2. Or you could just put it into your calculator, and that's going to tell you that the simplest form would be 3/10. So can you see I get exactly the same as what we had here? No. So whether you forgot to cancel out or maybe you missed something with the cancelling out, doesn't matter. Okay? You will just have to simplify right at the end. Yes. Those arrows mean over here. You can cancel out only up and down, meaning the 3 and the 4 like that. Or we cancel out across like that, so the 3 and the 5. Or this one, meaning the 4 and the 2. So across. Okay. Anyone else? You guys good with that? Okay, so let's do the next one. 8/9 times 5/12. Could I have cancelled out anything? Okay. Yes, the 8 and the 12. So what can go into both of them? 4. You could have said 2, but that's not the biggest one. We always want to go for the biggest one so that we have it in the simplest possible way. So my numbers that I've got to multiply is very small. So 4 goes into 8 twice, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. Okay, so now I multiply the numerators. So 2 times 5 gives me 10. Now I multiply denominators. 9 times 3 gives me 27. Can it go simpler than that? No. Okay. You guys good? You going to try one on your own? Next step. Okay. Are you done? Sorry. Huh? Hey. Quick. Right. Quickly try example 3 on your own. What am I going to do here when I have a mixed number? Now we have to make it an improper fraction first. Okay? Maybe we should add that as a step. Do you guys want me to? Okay, I'm quickly going to go back. I'm going to change the numbering just now. Mixed to improper. Let's make that number 1. And then this becomes 2, and that becomes 3. Okay. You guys good? Can I go back to the example again? Okay. There we go. Who can't see?
I'm asking Aaron.
Maar kom sit lekker vorentoe.
It's just for the EOS with the letters, so like small, like too small that I
Oh, okay. Otherwise, there's lots of space. Reg voor. Okay, did you guys do? Everyone finished? Julle is lekker vinnig. Okay. Okay, right. So step 1, change it to an improper fraction. So 2 times 4 gives me 8 plus the 1, so it would be 9/4, right? Now you can see, okay, I can't cancel out up and down, can't cancel out up and down, can't cancel out the 5 and the 9, but 2 and 4 I could. So 2 will go in once and 2 will go in twice. You guys get that? Okay, now we multiply the top part, so the numerators, 1 times 9 gives me 9, and at the bottom, 5 times 2 gives me 10. Yeah.
how we would cancel out up and down.
If it was, let's say it was 4/10 times 9/4. Okay? Yeah. Okay. I could cancel out like that, but I could also cancel out here. 2 will go into that twice, and 2 will go into this 5 times. So basically just making it simpler. And then the 2 and over here, and then it's the same. Okay. You good? Right. Yeah? Sema? You could also have kept and done that. Nee, kyk gou weer. What I would have done is that 4 cancels out with this one. But it goes in ones and it goes in ones. So 1 times 9 gives me 9, and 10 times 1 gives me 10. But this wasn't a very good example. I just used the one that we were currently busy with. But it could be that that was, let's say it was 8/20 times 9/4. But what the question was, how do we cancel out up and down? It's just when we get something like that, we can. Yes. Miskien moet ons dit doen. Okay. Then it means that over here, 4 would go in at the top and at the bottom. So then 4 will go in twice and 4 will go in 5 times. And then I can't cancel out like that, can't like this. So then 2 times 9 is 18, and at the bottom 5 times 3, 50.
Yeah, the other fraction, you can 3/1. It's 3/1.
Ah, yes, these will work. Yeah. Sorry. Okay, will it go in once and we'll go in 3 times? So then that's going to be 6/5.
You can just simplify this one.
Yeah. Okay. So do you see that even if I got to do the cancelling out, I would just have to simplify right at the end. So it's going to give you exactly the same thing. Okay. Yes.
Basically, anything to do at the first one there. 2/5 times 9.
So, yeah.
Then also do,
You could skip
1 times 9 is 5.
5 times 4.
5 times 2.
5 times 2. Yes, yeah.
But that's how 9 is.
Yes, that's how I got to the 9/10. Julle reg? Okay. Ek net al hierdie strooie uitvee. Okay. Now, what does the word of mean? It's also times. So if I said minus a half of 3/4, I'm actually asking you, what is minus a half times 3/4, right? Do you guys get that? Okay, so do these two examples, please. Doen. Right, can we do example 4 at least? Okay, right, so there wasn't really anything to cancel out here. Okay, so I could skip directly to multiplying the top part and then multiplying the bottom parts with each other. But the only thing that's added here is that negative. Now, where does the negative fit in? Would it be at the top? Would it be at the bottom? Where do we place it? So you could place it either at the top or at the bottom or in front. Remember yesterday we spoke about that? As long as there's just one negative. Now, forget about the fractions. If I had a negative number multiplied with a positive number, your answer would be a negative. Right, so I'm going to put it in front of my fraction. So at the top, 1 times 3 gave me 3. And then at the bottom, 2 times 4 gave me 8. You could have also said minus 3 over 8. Okay, same thing. Right, now example 5. 4/5 of 50. So it's actually 4 over 5 times 50. But write that 50 as a fraction. 50 over 1. Did everyone finish example 5? Okay, now, who's still busy? Okay. Okay. I couldn't cancel out up and down, but I could cancel out across. 5 will go into itself once, and 5 will go into that 10 times. So, at the top, 4 times 10 gave me 40, and at the bottom, 1 times 1 gave me 1. And that is the same as just 40. Yeah.
Is it fine if we still use a method that we used to where we said that 50 is divided by 5 and now obviously you have to find some form when you just get it.
Yes. Okay. Can I go on? It's just later on it's going to get more difficult because it's going to be more than 2-3 things in a row. Okay? Right. Can I skip? Okay. I'm going to give you homework then. I'll tell you guys for those that are finished. 13.3 and 4. Yeah. You do simplify. Yeah, but a negative number multiplied with a positive number is going to give me a negative. Yeah. Skip. Ek gaan nou, hulle was net gou besig. No. I can't cancel out like this. You can't cancel out horizontally. We can only do up and down or across. Okay? Right. Hands up who's still copying on this slide. .3 and 13.4.